Mom wants to cook something. I just took a hot, I know. So hi people, and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute, and even before I continue, pardon my voice, I have a sore throat. That's why I sound some type of way, but I'm good. And I've been asked by very many people why I haven't been uploading anything yet, and to be very honest, I just decided the videos were not audible. The last few videos were not audible, and I felt like I need to do something about it. But either ways, I'm back, and thank you so much for those who reached out to me. So today I'll be making chapatis. I have a few orders that I have to deliver before lunchtime, and that's what I'm working on. Currently I have my water heating up, and I want to make them as we chat. Yeah, so I'll be making them as we chat and catch up. Yes, mommy. I hope you don't get bored. As always, I use ajab. So I have my ajab, and I'll be showing you how much. I don't even know how I can't say, but I love ajab. It makes perfect chapatis. So normally, I remember the last time I made a video, I said I normally use this jug. Like this jug is enough to make dough from 2 kgs of wheat flour without it being too thick or too soft. So I want us today to see the exact measure of the water, because people are asking me, oh, I don't have such a jug, how can I measure the water? So today I want us to get the exact quantity of the water that this jug is, so that you can know when you're making dough the exact amount of water to add, because I normally add it once and that's enough. I don't have to go back adding little by little. So I've mastered the quantity, but I want us to be sure. I have a calibrated jug, so we are going to measure the water, full jug of this, water from this jug, using this to see how. So now that my water is hot already, I normally say don't use lukewarm water. Water that is a bit more than just warm is good for making dough. So I have just a small amount of cold water that I'm going to add this hot water to, and then let's see. So yeah, the water is just as I would like it to be, and so we are going to get into it. We're measuring the amount of water that is in this jug, so that you can know the exact amount of water to use when you're making your chapatis from a 2 kgs, not better. So now that we have my water in this jug, you're going to measure how much water is in this jug using the calibrated jug, so that whenever you're making chapatis, you don't have to have the exact jug. You can just know the right amount of water to add to a 2 kgs bag of flour, because I make chapatis from a 2 kgs. I'm particularly making chapatis from the whole of this bag, which is 2 kgs. So let's just measure and see the amount of water in this jug. So that's 1 liter. So first of all, I have to add the flour to I'm just adding the whole bag. Yes. So now I have my 2 kgs of flour in my basin, and now we want to add sugar. I normally prefer sugar, salt, and a few other ingredients that I'll be showing you. So I have my sugar and salt, and cooking oil. So I'll be just showing you how to. So normally in my flour I add like 5 tablespoons of oil. And the essence of adding this is that when you add oil to your flour, you won't need as much oil while cooking. So that's it. And then I'll add salt. Probably just a pinch or two. And then sugar to taste. And that's about it. So what do you have? So in my flour I have oil, sugar and salt, and this is what I'll just mix slowly. Just evenly through the flour, and then just now we get back to measuring our waters to see the exact amount that is normally in that jug that people keep asking where they can get. And since I don't know if they are still available, just measure the water. Back to the water, back to kupima maji. So nataka tuone kwa hii jug ni kiasi. Kwa hii jug ndio natumianga. A whole jug is enough to make 2 kgs of wheat flour bila kuongeza maji ingine. So this is okay. And since I normally can't tell if where you are, you can get the exact jug. That's why we are measuring the water that is in this jug. After tushapima hii, this is a whole liter. So I've already mixed up my flour, sugar and salt. So let's add maji. That's 1 liter. I want to see the exact measurement. So each jug, check up. So we've already put a whole liter. So the remaining is 400 mils. So how many mils are those? 1400 ml. Is good enough to make, is enough water to make 2 kg dough from a 2 kgs packet of wheat flour. So that's it. Immediately I add that water. I don't need to go back adding more water. It's enough. So I was just helping you to know the exact amount of water that is normally in this jug that I usually use. So we've measured that and we have seen it's 1400 ml. Yeah. So now into the business, which is kneading the dough, and it should be ready in a few. So you won't have to go back to add water. We already know it's 1400 ml. Oh, I'm too short for this. So I've just shown you, I've given you a tip of the exact amount of water you need to make dough from a 2 kgs packet of wheat flour. So it's 1400 ml. It's enough. You won't need to add any more water and your dough will be so soft. It will be okay. Another tip is, like I've always said, don't just use lukewarm water. Use water that is a little bit hot. Yeah, not too hot that would burn the flour. No, just a little bit hot. So like I was saying, the only reason that I stopped doing more videos is because I realized I wasn't audible enough. It's nothing to do with getting bored or anything. I just wanted to make sure the next time I make a video, I'll at least be audible. Don't nisiwabo, najua. It can be boring to watch something that you can't even hear well, whatever it's being said in it. So that's why I took a break, but I'm back now. I should be making a few more videos as we progress, but I thought I should start with this one. So now, after kneading, yes. So after kneading the flour for like 10 minutes or 15, I now have soft dough. So I'm just rolling it to even it out to make sure it's soft. You can keep on doing this for as long as you want to. When this is soft. At this point, I just add like oil. Like that. And then normally I would let it rest for some time, but unfortunately today I don't have that much time, so you just have to get into it. And yeah, I won't be letting my dough rest because I don't have much time, so just get into rolling and see how to make those soft layered chapatis. So the other day I posted a video and someone made fun of my rolling pin, and he said he said that my rolling pin is so old, and old is gold. It means I've been using it for so long, probably even before I perfected the art of making chapatis, so it doesn't really matter as long as it's clean. So yeah, this rolling pin is as old as 10 years approximately. Yeah. So what I do from here, I could partition my dough. Let me just set this. Let's see how to. Yes, I could partition my dough into small patés and oil them as I go, which is what I normally do. So I will just. So we want to make soft layered chapatis, so that's why you spread out, apply oil, and go ahead and they don't have to be uniform, since when you have the liberty to decide how thick or soft you want your chapatis. Normally I don't make thick chapatis, so here this is what will turn into layers, because in between is a layer of oil, so they cannot stick together. That's what makes layers. So you do the same. Again, it depends on how thick or thin you like your chapatis. So I would like to know, comment down below, how many chapatis do you make from a 2 kgs packets? I would love to know. and then I'll let you know how many I make from mine. So now that I'm done with the making of my chapati balls, I think now that's the most difficult part, and that's when people basically making chapati is tiresome. So I am done, and the next thing we're going to do is make our chapatis, and literally everything looks good, so good. So now the rest is super easy. I think anyone can do that. So let's see how we go about it. So I just preheat my pan. I'm rolling a few here. So yeah, prevent your balls from, the chapati balls from drying up, you could use a clean piece of cloth. That's what I normally use. Just cover them like that, and you just be picking the one you'll be working on at that very moment. So this is to prevent the others from having that hard layer on top. So yeah, so you just be picking the one you'll be working on as you go. That makes your dough remain as soft as it was while preparing it. So that's about it. The pan, you just roll your chapatis and you're good to go. So at this point, I've already preheated my pan, and I'm just making my chapatis. And now, I normally have a few. I could make even a maximum of 10 at a go. So let's see how. If you're so afraid of burning your hands, you could use this. So the reason why I love adding oil like this, it's because you won't burn your hands. Normally people say they burn their hands when just trying to add oil. So yeah, it's all good. Practice this style and you won't ever burn your hands unless it's, so as you can see, or again, don't let them burn too much. You don't want them all burnt up.